Hey guys, it's Dirty77 bringing you a rundown on Street Fighter Cross Tekken, a new game that just released on the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3. I think it's on the PC, but I'm not 100% sure. This is a crossover fighter between basically the king of 2D fighters and the king of 3D fighters. So it's pretty exciting for a lot of people, and I have been diving in a little bit, so let's check it out. Let's jump into the arcade for now. And keep in mind, I have had no sort of pre-release access to this game. I've had this game for about 5 hours, so I do understand the basics pretty well. But this is, this is not your expert combo video. I'm trying to, just show people what the game is and where to go from. So this is the arcade mode. There's a lot of characters. I really love that every time I highlight a character, the name pops up. I really like that. I don't know why. I felt like I was gonna hate it, but I really enjoy it. Anyway, so you pick a team of 2, and Guile's always been my man in Street Fighter, and I'm messing around with all the other characters. I still don't have a set team yet, but I guess I will go with Heihachi, because I liked him in Tekken. You have normal colors. It looks like each person only has 2 colors for now. Maybe you unlock more, but you also can make custom colors, but it seems very limited. And costume original, which means they're probably gonna fucking make you buy a costume some other time. These are the gym units, basically loadouts. We will talk about them more a little later. They are pretty controversial, but I don't know. We'll see. So the arcade has little goofy cutscenes like this, but they're good. They are, I don't want to say huge, but I would for sure say that this, the cutscenes and story in the arcade mode are a big improvement over Street Fighter 4 and certainly Marvel 3. But if I would have picked a set team, every character in this game besides Ogre and Akuma have a teammate. And if I would have picked that person's official teammate, then they would have their own official story. For instance, if I would have picked Guile's teammate Abel, then they would have their own little cutscene going on, and they even have their own CG FMV sequence at the end of the game and a rival fight in the middle. I just don't really know how to play Abel very well, so I wanted to use a character that I at least kind of know. Yeah, this is Street Fighter Cross Tekken. It is Street Fighter Cross with Tekken. Actually, it seems more like Street Fighter Cross with just the Versus series, like Marvel in general. There's some Tekken inspiration, for sure. And I think that they've done the Tekken side of things pretty well, just when it comes to like character design and stuff. But most of this game seems like it's kind of just a nice mix between something like Marvel 3 and just regular Street Fighter, which is pretty cool. And I think I was kind of worried when they were first showing this game that the game would be a little too similar to Street Fighter, especially with the assets they were using and stuff. And I don't know. It didn't really seem different enough to me on certain levels, and there just seemed to be a lot of weird things going on with the fighting system. Like, it was kind of like just a fun box of stuff just getting thrown in. But now that I actually have my hands on it, first of all, seeing it in person on your HD TV really looks nice. It definitely, no doubt, they're borrowing assets from Street Fighter 4. Hell, I mean, they're using the same engine. But when you see it in person, I really think that it is different enough looking than something like, just it doesn't look exactly like Street Fighter 4. Of course, it's reminiscent, but the look is different enough to where it feels like you are playing a different game, which is important. So Heihachi is shoving his foot through Ken's belly at the moment, and we have won that match. So now, when we go into this next match, I'll start talking about the fighting system a little bit. Street Fighter, well, I guess let's start with Marvel. The thing is, I love Marvel, and I love those type of games. It's really fun, and the controls for Marvel are really accessible. But the thing is the gameplay got to a point to where it just nearly was impossible to get into. I mean, that's the type of game to where you can be killed in 1, maybe 2 combos. And I really I love fighting games, and it really was sad to me when I'd see my friends try to play and just, you know, of course there's always going to be that line where people are better, but in Marvel, it's just, that line is just so pronounced. Like, it's stupid, and the game is ridiculous, but I love it for that. But it's just too hard for people like, to get into and kind of understand, and there's so many systems in place. But this game seems like it's trying to kind of find that happy medium between the two, like giving you the joyous ability to create these cool combos that are relatively simple to do. And by the way, I'm doing very just basic stuff here, so sorry if it's looking repetitive, but I'm also talking while playing, and grasping this new game is really weird. But at the same time, kind of bringing it more grounded, down to earth, like Street Fighter, to where more people can understand it. I mean, you're not going to be jumping up 2 screens in the air to do a, you know, crazy combo in this game. That's not what this game is. But you will be doing some crazy combos. So it seems cool, and the thing is, as you can see, I'm doing these kind of, you know, bam, bam, bam combos, and that's because the controls, they look exactly like Street Fighter look. It's, you know, 3 punches and 3 kicks, but the way they operate is more similar to something like Marvel, actually more similar to something Street Fighter mixed with Marvel, pretty much. So, and you can use all your normal moves just regularly. You know, I can just do a kick, you know, whatever. But if I decide to chain my moves, if I decide to do light kick, medium kick, and then heavy kick, or light kick, medium punch, and then heavy punch, I will then do a chain combo, which you've been seeing there. And then if I hit heavy again at the end, then I will be able to launch them, and my teammate will run in and, you know, whoop-de-doo, do some cool combo. So that's kind of the core of the system, and I was worried that this game was basically going to be just pick the best, you know, chain combo guide where you can combo into what you want to do. Like, why would you not do that? But it seems like that they've given interesting properties to the normal moves where they're still useful in their own way. And there's certain things like that, like you'll see like Guile's crouching chain combo does not connect all the time very easily. So, like, okay, here's a good example. Guile's crouching medium can be canceled into a flash kick. It's the same as it was in Street Fighter 4. And in Street Fighter 2, pretty much every Street Fighter. But, the thing is, even though you're technically still using normal moves to create a chain combo, it seems as though they get different properties when they are part of a chain combo. It's so weird being this offensive with Guile. I don't know. For instance, if I want to cancel a crouching medium punch into a flash kick, I can do it. But if I decide to do a chain combo by starting with light punch and then go into a medium punch and then try to cancel that into a flash kick, it won't work. Because even though I'm still doing the crouching medium, it's part of a chain combo now, and now it has different properties. So it's not like you can just, you know, chain combo your way to victory. You can't, it's not like Marvel to where you can just cancel everything into a freaking special and then, you know, just do whatever you fucking want to do. Which is great for that game, but it's not what this game is trying to do. But oh, it's so weird zoning. This game is so weird. Yeah, it seems like it's got reasons to use normal moves. For instance, if you've seen that little, you know, basic combo I've been doing with Guile, to where I switch out with Heihachi and you know, I finish with the flash kick. When I come in with Guile, I can't start the chain combo. All I'm doing is coming in and starting with a crouching medium and then going right to the flash kick. And you know, there's certain, you know, great things about normal moves that, you know, just can't be accomplished in a chain combo. Chain combos kind of leave you unsafe, whereas normal moves can be still used pretty well for poking and stuff like that. This is a great level, but I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here so I can show some of the other stuff while I can. So yeah, it's not just like chain combo your way to victory. Chain combos are definitely seem like they're the core here, and it seems like it will in general make them more accessible, but there's more to this game, and it seems like more really solid stuff to this game, and that's cool because I was worried that this game was going to be just kind of a fun bag of stuff. So let's take a quick look at the gems here. The gems are an interesting, very interesting new mechanic that a lot of people are really divided about. And how it works is you have these gems that are basically like loadouts. You know, we've gotten to this point with fighting games, I guess, to where you pick something that you think that will help you. For instance, like, you know, if you're the type of person that just like to beat up on somebody, you might want somebody that'll give you something that'll give you more power. The thing is, it's not like you just equip these and it's just like, oh, Ryu has more power. You have to do certain things to activate them. For instance, like block 5 times for damage output times 10, or, you know, have your attack block 4 times, connect with 3 special moves. So there's requirements here. And I don't know exactly how many there are, but there aren't a much. And it seems like they are well balanced. It doesn't seem like it's really anything that is messing with the game too much. It's a subtle thing that people that are good enough aren't really going to notice very much. People that aren't will get a lot of assistance from, because there's these things called assist gems that are basically just for new players. And I think it's a really cool idea. You can just equip one of these if you want easier inputs. For instance, instead of having to press forward, neutral, down, down, forward for Kazuka's dash, you would just have to press, like, you know, forward, down, down, forward. And for super easy, it would maybe be like forward and down, forward. But as you can see, it decreases, you know, your attack power and stuff. You know, you can also do stuff like auto throw escape, but all of these have stuff that detracts from them. But, you know, new players aren't really going to notice that, and it will really help them. So gem system is really weird, and then the thing is that I actually think that they're cool. Well, I don't want to say cool, but okay. And I actually think that the system is okay. But the problem is they're gonna be, they're already giving out special gems for pre-orders, and I mean, you know, they're gonna be selling them. So that's the problem there. I mean, if they have all the gems for everybody, I think that it actually could be a pretty interesting thing. But when it comes to kind of, you know, paying for getting extra stuff, I don't think that's cool. So we'll have to see how that works out in the future. But for now, gems are kind of cool, and I think that they're not that big of a deal. So this is the character customization thing. Very basic, but I guess kind of cool. Basically, every person just only has 4 colors on each thing. You can just kind of change their colors, you know, and stuff like that. And apparently they're going to be adding more colors down the line for free. But, you know, that's down the line, and it would have been nice to have that right out of the box. But there's some options there, but don't expect to be creating your own colors and stuff like that. There's also quick combo, which is kind of a weird thing that I just haven't really messed with. Maybe I'll talk about it later. Now, unfortunately, you can blame fucking Comcast for this, but my internet has been out all day. So I'm not able to show Xbox Live stuff right now, but let me just go ahead and go into the challenge here. You got your trial modes. You know, this is just your typical stuff. Oh, and this game actually includes a tutorial. I don't know if you saw that, but that's really cool. This game actually includes a tutorial for new players. I wouldn't say it's the best tutorial in the world, but it's something, and that's pretty sweet. So it's good to see that, you know. It's basically just a text tutorial. Like, of course you do this stuff as you know, it teaches you, but you're gonna be reading it. It's not gonna be videos. It's Dan talking to you, saying like, hey, I'm the master of fighting, you know, you should listen to me. But that's just cool, because fighting games really need something like that. It's a shame when games like Marvel and stuff just dump people into it and just say fucking go, like, have fun, you know, like you don't know what the hell's going on. So this is the trial mode. This has been you know, part of Street Fighter for a while now. Yeah, you just do stuff. Bison's usually the other guy that I use in Street Fighter if I'm not using Guile, which I'm usually always using Guile, but looks like he's kind of remained intact. Yeah, so, you know, stuff like this, just do combos that get harder and harder. You know, of course, right now they're just basically teaching me how to just do basic stuff that I know from Street Fighter. But let's see if it gets a little bit more intense here or not. Holds reverse. Oh, I gotta hit him with it. Yeah, this is stuff that's been in Street Fighter for a while now, and even Marvel and stuff. But it's cool that they have, you know, new stuff for every character, and that's always nice. All right, come on now, see if we can get some more exciting stuff, because it'll teach you some interesting combos that I'm not really sure how they're gonna work out. You know, like some of the combos don't seem like basic chain. I know in like Marvel they would kind of teach you combos that weren't really very practical. They were kind of interesting, and they would kind of tell you how. Okay, so knee press nightmare. I'm guessing that's gonna be. There we go. Let's see what this is. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. But yeah, even in Marvel and stuff, they would teach you kind of impractical combos. They would show you about your character, but not very practical. They got a little better in Ultimate Marvel, but so this just looks like a Link. Yeah, I know this. So it's gonna be... I have no idea if there's any sort of plinking in this game or anything like that. But this Link is also... Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, I have no idea. I never really got super adept with plinking in Street Fighter 4. But I have no idea if it's part of this game. So these are just straight up links. So there are definitely still links in this game, it looks like. The links seem maybe a little bit looser than something like Street Fighter 4. I can't really tell. But you know, I'm hitting these links for the first time easier than I would with Street Fighter 4. Bison was never, he probably should have been, but was never really a character I concentrated too heavily on links on and stuff. It was more of just a fuck with you character for me. But yeah, those are just straight up links. So I'll get out of there. That's just boring stuff. I thought that would escalate a little bit quicker, and they do, but there's a lot of trials for each character, so it kind of has a little while to escalate. Now, Xbox Live, let me... Oh, I can't even show you it, I guess, because I'm not signed in. It won't allow me. My Comcast is failing. There's one more mode I wanted to see if I could check out. I'm not even sure if this is the way to do it. Let's see. Scramble Battle. That's what I wanted to check out. All right, let's check this out, and then let's call it. I have not even played this yet, so we're going to see how this goes. I was hoping I could try it out online, but apparently I cannot. Thank you, Comcast. But this is kind of ridiculous. I'm gonna try out Rolento. I worked with him a little bit, and he seems pretty cool. I never played much Street Fighter Alpha, so I don't know too much about him, but he seems pretty cool. And let's try another Tekken character here. Try somebody. I'll try King. I like King. He's cool. This is kind of ridiculous. This is basically a way to turn this game into Super Smash Brothers for a little while. It's kind of funny. You know, not downplaying Super Smash Brothers anyway. This is probably a dumber version of that, actually, you know. But, yeah. Oh, you gotta see this fucking level. This Antarctica level. Oh my god. This mammoth, man. This mammoth. Okay, so... Yeah, I've never played this before. So let's see how it goes. I'm just not even gonna say what it is, and let's just get into it. Let's do this! Mammoth, check out the mammoth! Oh my god, what is going on already? I don't even know if I'm controlling both people or what. I think that the computer's being king. Oh my god, what the hell? Oh, this is ridiculous! Oh, this is ridiculous. Oh, this is absolutely ridiculous. But pretty fucking fun and awesome. And you can play this online with your friends. That's kind of funny. I don't know where I am. What's going on? How you doing, King? I think do we both have one life bar? I don't even know, man. I don't even know, man. This is so ridiculous. Hell yeah, we win, King. We did something. I don't know. Hitting people with my stick. Yeah, it's cool that you can play that online. This seems like... With features like this, it seems like that this game just really has a lot of opportunity to open itself up to just the players that just want to have a good time, you know, like that's in the end that's always what I'm looking for my fighting games. But at the same time, I do like to get competitive with them. But there are a lot of people that just want to play them and have a good time, and they get left out a lot. And something like this just seems like a good time, a ridiculous good time. Holy shit. That was stupid. Stupid in good ways, but stupid. And also, you can be on a team with another player. Just basic team battles. How about that mammoth level? Was that not awesome? But yeah, you can get online or you know, just on your couch. I don't know if you can do 2-player online. I think you can, but you can have a team. It's pretty cool, you know. Of course, probably the really competitive stuff is going to be just from one player operating both teams. But I think that is super cool that you can actually have a friend, you know, play with you in a fighting game on a team, because that doesn't happen very often. You know, like in Marvel, I kind of, you know, hope for that feature, but at the same time, I just don't even think it would work in something like Marvel, because you got stuff like assists. You know, your friends would be bitching like, why'd you call my character out and have him get killed, you know. But in this game, there's a lot more room for that, so yeah. So that's basically the game. I really wish I could show you Xbox Live, but I can't. The training mode seems really well done as well. I haven't really messed around with it too much, but it seems well done. You got challenges, you have mission mode. I haven't messed around with it all. I might take just a super quick look at this. When were the only normal moves? Okay, so it's stuff like this. I guess you can just pick your character. I just want to see if you can pick your character. Yes, you can. Okay, cool. And also, if you get this game on the PS3, you will get an additional 5 fucking characters that the 360 does not get. I think that's pretty messed up. I mean, you know, Cole and the cats are one thing. That's whatever. But Pac-Man and Mega Man aren't even Sony characters. That's kind of messed up. And you know, I hope that they'll come to this DLC later. I know Cole and the cats won't. And I've always thought exclusive characters in fighting games are a little weird, but at least that makes sense. They're Sony characters, but Pac-Man, that's stupid. I want to fucking play as fat Mega Man. That's retarded that I can't. Anyway, that's Street Fighter Cross Tekken. It seems pretty cool, and it really, I was worried that it was going to kind of be a cluster of stuff that was not really going to work out. And to a certain extent, it kind of is, but it really seems like they are very seriously building a new and solid, exciting fighting engine under it. I think that there's a lot of potential for this game. The gyms is something we're going to have to see how it works out, and hopefully, I just really hope that they don't shoot themselves in the foot by putting out gyms that people have to pay for, because I'm not going to pay for those stupid things. I mean, they're fun, but I'm not going to pay for them, and that's ridiculous. I don't want to get beat by people that do have them. So hopefully, if they do have them to where you pay for them, they'll still keep them subtle enough to where, I don't know, we'll see. But it's cool, and I think that it has a lot of potential for the future to be competitive. You know, but we'll just have to see how it goes. And of course, you got all your titles and stuff here and all that stuff. But yeah, that's Street Fighter Cross Tekken. And don't get me wrong, I wish I could show the Xbox Live stuff, but it really seems like this is probably the most fully featured fighting game online to date. Maybe, you know, maybe short of Mortal Kombat. I'm not sure. They're both pretty close. But this one I would say has more modes. You can do scramble, you can do team, you can even practice online, which I think is really, really, really awesome. I've always wanted that feature in fighting games for a long time now. So there's a lot of cool stuff. Cool game. Haven't really spent enough time with it to get a strong verdict, but I think it's cool. And check it out if you like fighting games, if you like Street Fighter, if you like Tekken, if you like Marvel. Check it out. And have some fun with it, because it seems like one of those type of games that you can really have some fun with your friends with, and at the same time, I do think there's some competitive edge there. So, but thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys next time. Sonic Boom!